Okay, this is actually quite difficult for me to talk about. Not because, well, I do feel bad, sort of, and that's my low. But the problem is I just don't know how to respond to this. So, yesterday, a friend of mine posted on Facebook that his favorite pen died. And he said, yes, this was a very big deal. Obviously, he feels bad about that, and for that, I do feel bad too. But at the same time, I'm thinking, how am I supposed to give my condolences and respond to that? Do I say, like, well, at least it died doing what it loved? I don't really know. So, yeah, I feel kind of bad. I'm sort of making light of this. But I still can't help but think it's funny. I'm so sorry. Oh, okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had pens die on me too, and I found it inconvenient, but not like all hope in the universe is lost or something. All right, for those of you who don't know, you're in that time of year where it's getting cold out, so gotta wear an extra layer. Seriously, right now it's 52 degrees out, which isn't necessarily cold, but it's rainy, and therefore it's gonna be damp. And it's supposed to be like that all day. Not fun. As if things couldn't make my low any worse. But, there's some good things too. My high is I got to see, my dad yesterday. We talked and, it was nice. It was really, really good. And my act of kindness was I actually did a little, ran some errands for my grandma. Nothing major, just, doing stuff because I love my grandma. I love taking care of my grandma. It's great. So anyway, good morning and happy Tuesday, everybody. So, actually, I do need to add one other thing to my high. So apparently there was a new episode of The Masked Singer last night. But this episode was a countdown of the top 10 greatest Masked Singer performances ever. As well as they showed, some of the behind the scenes stuff. And what I thought was really, actually, let me bring it up for a second. I need to be able to, explain it better, Okay, so, again, top 10 episodes of all time, top 10 singing performances, which Nick Cannon actually said last night, as of right now, 91 contestants have been on The Masked Singer. In 6 seasons. Not even 6 full seasons. That's literally more than 15 contestants a season. That's pretty impressive, actually. That they're able to do that, Oh. Actually. Hold on a minute. Oh. Well, that stinks. I was going to talk about, what the all-time performances were, because I was going to go into detail about the fact that I have seen all 10 of these performances at some point. So, gosh, that's sad. I was going to bring up the list again because I wanted to point out that, because here's the thing. For someone like me who's been watching The Masked Singer from the very beginning, and with the exception of season 2, but that's because at that point I was moving into my apartment, and for months I didn't have any cable, or internet for that matter. Seriously, it was unbelievable. So I missed the entirety of The Masked Singer, with the exception of the finale, which I saw the Fox, who was Wayne Brady, win the competition, which I'll actually get to him in a second because one of his performances was in the top 10. Anyway, so someone who's watched The Masked Singer for as long as I have, and has obviously seen a lot of great performances, you sort of have an idea of what, I mean, you can always form an opinion on what your favorite performance of all time is. But that's because, here's the thing, just because you have an idea of what your favorite performance of all time is, that doesn't necessarily mean it's the best. It's actually on the rare side that your specific favorite performance could be the best one. That's why I'm so incredibly humbled to say that that's exactly what wound up happening for me. Because I've seen The Masked Singer from the very beginning, and all throughout this episode, you know, I had ideas what the number one performance is going to be. In fact, here's what I find really hilarious. The turtle who was Jesse McCartney actually wound up getting second overall in his specific season, losing to, I believe, the Night Angel. Meaning the Night Angel was the number one vocalist of, you know, that season. And yet, the Night Angel didn't have a single performance on this list. But Jesse McCartney as the turtle did. Man. You know what? I gotta go with what Jesse McCartney said. You really should have won. But then again, America didn't vote for you. There was nothing. I mean, let's be honest. I never really tried voting in these sorts of competitions. I just love watching for the music and seeing the reactions and the costumes and pretty much everything that doesn't have to do with voting. And I'm still thoroughly entertained by it. But this is one instance where even if I actually did vote, I don't think my vote would have mattered. I mean, I think the only reason why Jesse McCartney didn't win was because we had 2 seasons in a row where a guy won. And so they wanted to nip it in the bud and just, get a woman winning, which it was great that the Night Angel won. But looking back on it, and considering that the Turtles' best performance was number 4 on this all-time countdown, says that America done screwed up. The Turtles should have won season 3. I'm just saying. Okay, so, with that said, throughout the rest of this episode, I'm thinking, okay, the son who ran away with the season 4 victory, like seriously, first performance and final performance of season 4. And she won for a good reason. She flat out ran away with season 4. And that reminds me, the seahorse who was Tori Kelly was also in season 4. I really thought it should have been like a battle between her and the son who was Leanne Rimes. And I'll never forget how dumbfounded I was that the seahorse lost. But I'm thinking, okay, if the son ran away with season 4, she's got to be number 1, right? Or at least in the top 3. Because I at least thought she was in the top 3. And she was, as number 3. Number 2 was the fox, who was Wayne Brady, I mentioned earlier. But number 1. See, I'm going to keep saying this. I'm sorry I'm going to say this again. Again, I've been watching The Masked Singer forever. It is rare that you ever see a performance that's so good, you want to watch it again a second time, or perhaps a third time, or more. Lo and behold, such a performance for me does exist. And it was the one that wound up being number 1 overall. For those of you wondering what it was when the monster, who was T-Pain, sang "Stand By Me," or "Stay With Me." Stay With Me, sorry. Wow, those, man, someone would easily get those two songs mixed up if they weren't thinking properly, would they? But yes, Stay With Me by Sam Smith. Wow, that's a lot of alliteration somewhere. Anyway, yeah. In fact, no kidding. After they revealed number one, I looked up on YouTube and looked at that performance again. It still holds up. Seriously, like, that was a performance. I'm like, okay, this show is for real and somebody really wants to win this. T-Pain won it. So, yeah. Although, actually, now that I think about it, I mentioned Jesse McCartney earlier. He actually is going to be making a comeback on The Masked Singer. Because, and I am so glad they're doing this because I actually talked about this once before. In terms of ideas of what I want The Masked Singer to do in the future, they're going to have Masked Singer duets. Meaning, and keep in mind, I think this is what they'll do. They're going to have, like, you know, current contestants perform with past Masked Singer contestants and winners. That's going to be cool. I'd love to see that. Seriously, normally you have to watch something like America's Got Talent to see something like that. Like, you know, in America's Got Talent, if it's like a musical performance or something like that performer will get to perform with their favorite artist. Like a couple seasons ago, these two country singers sang with Blake Shelton in the finale, something like that. We're basically going to be getting that, but like in Masked Singer form. Are the former contestants going to be wearing their costumes? Ooh. Well, to be perfectly honest, it really wouldn't matter because, you know, we have the internet. We can always look up to see, like, you know, who won, and therefore wearing the costume would be completely meaningless. But it would still make for a very fun idea. All in all, this is a fun episode. I just wish I could give you a definitive example of because I'm trying to see if I can find the list online right now. I can't find it anywhere. And I'm really sad too because I was going to show you off the list. But I guess it's not meant to be. Oh well. It is what it is. I mean, yeah. Hold the phone. I'm looking at the schedule right now. There's no Masked Singer episode on Wednesday. Odd. Maybe this constitutes the episode, which it did last an hour, so yeah. Maybe. So, yeah. I get to do my Masked Singer thoughts early this week. I also get to technically brag about how I was right about the Saints being the Seahawks last night. That was great. Which now makes this week's record 9-4. Let me jot that in real quick. Hold on, I gotta find it real quick. Hold on. Oh, wait. That was clicked on the wrong thing. Here it is. Here it is. All right. So, where was I? Okay, so week 7, I got 9 right, and I got 4 wrong. There, it's now dialed in. And speaking of things that are set in stone and dialed in, I wonder. I'm about to look up this week's episode of Hot Ones and see who the guest is, if you couldn't already tell. Okay, I see a date. All right. 11 a.m. on First Week Feast, October 28th. The Hot Ones guest is going to be... No way. Mila Kunis! Holy cow! All right. That'll be another instance where we've had a husband and wife be on Hot Ones before. You know, H3H3 was there. Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell. Now we have Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. Oh, this is gonna be good. That's gonna be a good episode. I really can't wait now. Man, did it be Thursday yet? I can't wait. Like, favorite, share, subscribe button, follow me on social platform, termination YouTube. I'm very humble in this video for all you guys watching Joe for today. I'm hoping you have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. And remember, if you guys want to talk or chat, which we handle, then you're always back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.